let's get right on back here with Dual Destinies. Hi, Temma. I'm gonna go now. So we have got to go talk to Jinxie and Florent LaBelle. We have some most useful information we must most usefully gather about this area. Jinxie has some expertise about the area, as does LaBelle, given that he is Tenma's aide and also the murderer. So let's head to the Manor Garden. I'm sure we're going to find at least one of them there. Never mind, it's Athena! Athena, you are so powerful and cute and intelligent and pretty. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, you've already said all the things we have to say. Well, never mind. What am I doing talking to you? Oh, you're everywhere. Oh my god. Which Fox Chamber? Maybe is Bobby Fulbright still hanging around here? He sure is. Yokai Lane then. April 18th, Ninetails Vale, Yokai Lane. Hey, isn't that... She looks like she's about to pass out from the heat.
You dare imprison me?
Jinxie! She's acting really strange. What, is she possessed? What's going on with you?
Loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine in despair. You shall pay. Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you.
Jinxie, are you alright? Ah! Ah!
Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer?
Morning, Jinxie.
Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I lay down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no, it must have been the Makura Geishi.
Makura Geishi?
Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor, or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makura Geishi preys on people while they're asleep.
It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead?
I don't?
Oh, they must have fallen off. I knew something looked different about her, but I actually couldn't place it. Yes, that would make a lot of sense as to why she's acting so dang weird.
Without them, evil things can creep into me.
I'd say we had more than adequate demonstration of that just now.
I better reapply them.
There you go. Now everyone is safe. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you.
There was something I wanted to tell you, too. I remembered something else.
You did? What was it? Anyway, bye. Let's hear it. Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered?
Well, after the trial I remembered lots of stuff, but there was one thing I thought was really weird.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What?
It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door.
Ah, well that would be one reason why the killer would have had to hang around in the vent, I suppose, while she went and called the police. Is if they still needed time to plant those. That's curious. Wait, what? Are you sure?
Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now.
So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? Meaning after you took the key from there. This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Because Jinxie's already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Ah! Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. How could she be sleepwalking while she was awake? The Forbidden Chamber. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole.
Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear.
A secret mechanism? Really?
Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman QB knew what it was and how it worked.
The Alderman of Ninetails Vale sure loved his secrets. Maybe time for us to investigate again then. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Sure, I guess. Whoa, slow down! There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber?
Uh-huh. Even the Manor's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened.
Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder, on account of the fact that Damien ate it. After all, we know that Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so... And it was locked when we got there. So the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain! Forbidden Chamber key updated in the court record. Spectacular. There's only one of its kind. Very interesting. That's probably going to be useful later. Good, and may I also show you... Sorry, it's got blood all over it, and this might be slightly traumatic considering it is your father's. I didn't have to tell her that. This statue. Take that!
Alderman QB made that statue. It's a token of goodwill.
It was meant to be presented as a gift to Damien, is that right?
I think it was meant to be for Ninetails Vale and Tenma Town.
It would sort of be their two crowning symbols, wouldn't it? A token of goodwill. But the two yokai are fighting.
Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing.
The cup portion?
This statue originally depicted you two yokai holding up a cup in celebration, but it sure doesn't look that way now, does it?
Oh, wouldn't have guessed that. Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head. I suppose I can see how this up here would be like a sleeve for where an arm would go. There's something weird about that and the cloth. The fact that part of it's broken off and the fact that it was under a cloth seems weird to me, but I can't piece together why it seems weird to me.
That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind.
Huh. Jinxie is now the only one who knows what the original looked like. Oh dear, so someone else is gonna be all like, that thing with the cup on it! And we're gonna be like, wait a minute! Could be anyway. So, is there anything else we should know about Jinxie?
No, that's about it.
Ah, she lies! The girl lies. Ah, my bracelet, it's reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be... The injustice we trust! Yikes! A ghost! Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor, sorry, the charm. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her.
Question me? Sorry, not interested.
Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask... Ugh, but I can't tell you that now, can I? Now come on, please! We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust. Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash. That was Apollo. I gave it Athena's voice.
So, you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then.
Now come along, Miss Tenma. To the station with you. She said not interested. I guess you can't really deny that, can you? I don't want to be questioned. Hey, tuck her away. Because she's a suspect in some crime adjacent to this one, I suppose. That's my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Yes, that's valuable, incredibly valuable information. Let's go check it out. I just hope they let us in now. Athena's got such a bold presence. I would feel safe going anywhere with her. Especially since we know she can pick up an entire human and throw them like 30 feet. April 18th, QB Manor, Garden. Ah, all of your hair colors indeed. I didn't realize you'd be changing them by the day. Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent! I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me? Oh, there's something we wanted to ask. Huh? Is that his cell phone? Where's that ringing coming from? You'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here. What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? I'm assuming they're custom made. Surprised? This is my own special design. It's the ultimate in functional beauty. I kind of dig the padded leather collars, but that's about all that I dig about this. No, that's a lie. I dig the multiple bow ties too. That's cool. Oh, the flower's kind of cool. Maybe I do like it. God. Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? It looks a bit unwieldy to me. You simply don't have an eye for beauty. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind. So what do you want with me? Nothing, to be honest. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. But while I have you, what is that? It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman QB. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And your point being? Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. Oh, you don't say. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So, naturally, you... Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes. Or my eyes fall from their sockets. Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? Oh, well... My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. Ah! You can't destroy evidence like that. What do you mean I can't? I just did. Feel a little lighter now? You've just won a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. Oh, he actually destroyed it? Broseph McJoseph. And yet it was an item on the to-do list, so that wasn't optional. Wow, this is a massive to-do list. I love the first one is rethink investigation strategy. Let me just show him everything else in case there's anything new we can learn about this. I think this is all the same stuff. It'll just really bug me if I walked away without having done it. Did we already show him this one? I'm not sure. JC thinks she saw Temotaro near the scene of the crime. Little dear is always talking such nonsense. After all, she's always calling you a red demon, is she not? Plus, she has the nerve to call me, of all people, a yokai. She even has a name for me, Baron Powderface. I've never been so insulted. How could anyone look at him and not think monster? Now, if she had named me the beautiful Baron Powderface, I could have forgiven her. Wait, that's your sticking point? We shouldn't be surprised, Apollo. Honestly, the people of the Wright Anything agency should start wearing body cams when they go out on cases like that, just so that whenever someone does something incredibly suspicious, like destroy evidence in front of you, and laugh about a situation that involves death, we can be like, present that in court later, like, this is obviously highly troubling. Oh, I didn't even do the talking points yet. What am I up about? Did you see Temotaro? I mean, judging by your reaction to Jinxie's statement, I suppose not. Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Temotaro. And you said you were around Filch at the time, right? So what's up with that? But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why don't you see... Very well, I admit it. That's right. I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Temotaro. So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him? I was simply trying to protect a dear little Jinxie. Protect Jinxie? What do you mean? I guess if you corroborated her story, then you would be agreeing that she saw it and that's not good for her? Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers. Which one are we talking about? The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing? Rumor has it she's possessed by Temotaro. Oh, with the charms on her head then? That one's news to me. Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Temotaro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect. Tell us more about that rumor. Bring rumor about Jinxie. So what was that rumor about Jinxie? They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly. Then she starts wandering around doing strange things. Is that so? Although, come to think of it, yeah, she was acting weird a minute ago, wasn't she?
That loathsome, no-good, nine-tailed fox. He shall know the terror that is mine in despair.
That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier. Once, she even put on a Temotaro costume and wandered about the woods at night. She did? This is the first I'm hearing of this. I'd much prefer to hear it from someone else. I have a hard time believing that. That doesn't sound right, does it? Oh wow, the music synced up perfectly with that cut there. Ugh, I wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? I would have guessed not. It would be just too convenient if she did. Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes. Much like me. I don't remember a thing during any episodes. Memory loss during possession. Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession. Then maybe... So you do understand that her yokai business was entirely of her own making. Now wait a minute. Although, the yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Jinxie about Mayor Temma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him. Where would she hide a costume if she was in a stupor? Also, I've been told that in the original Japanese version, they are actually trying to pin it on a real monster for like at least part of the case. So that would explain some of my confusion about stuff like this, where it's like, how could she, like, which one is it? Is she possessed? Is he possessed, or was one of them wearing a costume? And none of that adds up with the feathers and tracks. The only way for the feathers and tracks make sense is if it was a costume, so I don't believe that anyone was possessed. But if they were possessed, then, like Damien supposedly is right now, then they wouldn't have talons, because he doesn't. So there wouldn't be these marks. It's all weird and strange. Apollo, let's ask Mayor Temma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him. Good shout. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. I guess that's it for now. Yes, I can see you're quite busy. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV? But I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Stop the bus. I'm getting off. Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis la Belle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants. Peasants? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Couleur Me La Belle. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. I guess that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out about more in my commercials and magazine ads. Yet, it's not available to the public. Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met. The little lady has quite the discerning eye. I thought that was my superpower. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Apollo, what should I do? Better take it before you get a face full of cologne. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Couleur Me LaBelle added to court record. Hair color that washes out with water. It's Laurent LaBelle's own brand, and it isn't available to the general public. Washes out with water. Why does that feel like that's going to be pertinent as well? Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We still gotta find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Right, goodbye, you. Don't kill anyone while I'm away. Right, there's a lot of stuff we gotta talk about, so we're gonna want to head over to the detention center in not too long, I reckon, but let's go investigate first. April 18th, Keeping Manor, Fox Chamber. Okay, let's find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. This is so exciting! I can't wait to see how it works! But, do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber? We'll just have to open it to find out. We should also see if there was anywhere the killer could have hidden in this room. Okay, let's get started! No idea about that one. Apparate, Apollo? Apparate? The upside down question mark, or exclamation mark made me think Spanish, but no idea, I've never heard that before. So I was saying before, it seemed possible that they could have hid behind the screen. At this angle, obviously not, but I guess you could have, it's probably pretty light. You could probably just pick it up and shift it so that it covers that corner of the room. And if Jinxie were in shock because she just found a body, she probably wouldn't notice if you had moved it and then moved it back to leave. Well, I don't know. Anyway, let's get searching. Ooh, more to be said about this duct. There really is no escape in here through the air duct. And here we went through all the trouble of bringing a ladder to check it out. That's not a ladder, Apollo. It's a step ladder. What's the difference? They both have the word ladder in them. What's the difference? Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors and decide who's right. You're way too competitive. And it's not even related to the original issue either. See, I'm not competitive at all, which is why I'm just making the argument here. We would be absolutely perfect together. Sorry, I'm falling way too hard, way too fast. Let's focus on the case, shall we? There's a cliff outside this window. Makes it pretty impossible to get out this way. When I hear things like that, it just makes me want to try. Never say never, right? I bet I could get out this way. No, wait! Do you have a death wish or something? A death wish, baby? I won't open wide enough for even me to squeeze through. Guess I lost that bet. That loss just saved your life. Plus, we didn't even bet anything. This statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup in a gesture of goodwill. Maybe Alderman QB was planning on smoothing things over with Mayor Temma, but he was murdered instead. By somebody who intervened. The mayor was only pursuing the municipal merger because he'd been blackmailed. Who knows? If this murder hadn't occurred, maybe they could have come up with a solution. I sort of assumed that they had come up here to discuss the blackmail letter somewhat, but that was just a guess. That's not substantiated by anything, I guess. Although they locked the door behind them, so it was secret business, whatever it was. I sort of figured Temma would have let QB know that they were in danger, probably. Considering he had a blackmail letter on him, he probably knew it was not safe, which is why he had them lock the door, I reckon. That plus the fact that it was probably a sensitive topic they were talking about. Maybe the killer hid under this table! That would be a terrible hiding place. The alderman's body would have been right above. Maybe you're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Hey, wait! There's something under the table. Let's check it out. What kind of something? Oh, the cup! The missing part of the thing! Why, hello! Am I allowed to look at their cups, by the way? I am not. This is the only thing. That's interesting. Hey, look! There's something down here! How would that roll under there? If he... Huh. Now that's really weird. I can't think of an angle. I mean, I guess he could bounce and roll, but it seems like it would be pretty difficult to have an angle where you hit that and then throw the statue across the room and it lands beside the couch perfectly upright, and then this part snaps off and rolls over here. So did the fight happen somewhere else and then they just moved the table here to cover it up or something? Oh wait, did we see at the very beginning that both of them were sitting in their chairs when he was murdered? I already forget what the cutscene was like, but anyway. Hey, look, there's something down here. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what? Oh, I know. It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table. Fox and Demon statue updated in the court record. Well, Jinxie and us two are the ones who know what the original looked like, I suppose. Interesting. That seems like the kind of thing that LaBelle would mention in testimony at some point. He'll be like, oh, well, I just that stupid statue with the cup at the top. And he would know that because he was here murdering. That seems like that's going to be a very useful piece of evidence, that. Very good. Anything else from this angle, or shall we investigate the door for that hidden mechanism? Oh. Something else here that we didn't look at. The door? The doorway. Better take a look behind this door, too. Oh, something on that side. No, look! The doorknob banged into the wall. Made a big dent, too. That wouldn't have happened if the killer had been hiding there. Well... How do you know it wasn't like that before? Right. I guess that rules out the old hide behind the door trick. What was that behind the other door? These statues seem suspicious too, don't they? There could be something going on with them. Is it just me or the tails look like they've got like a... There's like a marking on them, like there's something you put there or something maybe. Or are they buttons? There's a carving of the nine-tailed fox over the door and statues of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey! The statue moves! Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap. Yeah, I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular Karate Kid. I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that those fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in. Oh, well, you were just talking about the screen, so that seems like an interesting idea. So facing outward, then. Is that not how they're already facing? Let's have a closer look at this anyway. Two foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well. Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have 2 foxes on it, and there are 2 foxes statues in front of the door. Then maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down. She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Yes, mystery and intrigue really are her kind of things, aren't they? In her position, I would not be so thrilled, I think. I would be frustrated and afraid. Check behind this door then. There's obviously something behind there. What it is, I'm not sure. Unless there's something broken, like someone threw the door open and smashed the thing. I just remembered... Oh, sorry, that's Athena. I just remembered this mystery novel I read. The murder occurred in a locked room, and the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was open. Then, when no one was looking, he made his escape. A broken Tanuki statue. Huh. A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged into it when it was opened. Ah, I get it. The killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. I guess what they're saying before is, like, with the dented thing, someone would have fixed it if it had happened before, like, on a day different than the murder. And probably the same with this Tanuki statue. Wait, but when would have the door have been opened violently enough to break something? Oh, I guess the killer, when they left out that door, so they, like, threw the door open and then ran. Sure, right. That makes sense. Right, let's have a look at this door then. Are we gonna be able to, like, have, like, an interactive statue rotating segment here? Still no keyhole, huh? Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like the spiky bangs of yours. They budge when I run my hands through them. Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door. I know! I'll break it down with a body slam! I seriously doubt you could do that. Well, Phoenix did. How do you know if I haven't even tried? No, wait, don't! Ah! As much as I hate losing Athena, I think the door would win this match. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? I'll never find the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how those fox statues standing in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? What? That didn't grammatically make sense unless I misread it. Oh, that doesn't say stand. It just says the fox statue. I'm so sorry. You know how those fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? That screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. Hey, I bet you're right. They're already back to back in a sense, though, aren't they? Let's go to that screen with a fine-tooth comb. Or whoever said that. I think I couldn't see. Right, this warrants a much closer examination, doesn't it? I love that the music like kicks up like this when it gets getting really intense. Oh my god, a bunch of birds just flew by my window. On closer inspection, I think there's more to this screen than meets the eye. Oh, can it be rearranged or something? Let's check every last inch of it. Indeed. Why are you just like... It's so creepy when they say it as dialogue, but it's just like a tutorial bit. Right, let's do this. Okay. Right. Oh, well, there are key markings on the... What the hell is with all this? What's this? It looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? No, it's just a picture. Still, you know what they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Now, the key over here has a very funny shape. It looks a lot like the Forbidden Chamber's key. It's a picture of a key. The shape looks awfully familiar. It is the same one, right? But what does putting the screen anywhere... Oh, maybe what I just thought didn't make sense, but hang on, let me think a little harder. No, I know! It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. Wait, what about that keyhole drawn in the center of the screen? So we want to fold it so that it meets them then, I guess? You think the two are related? And once we fold it, it'll show what orientation they're supposed to be in, I guess? A key and a keyhole? Oh, I just got an idea! If we folded the screen up just right, the keyhole and keyhole should overlap. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Yes, so we do that. Is it going to do it for us? Or oh, okay, there we go. And now, and now they face each other. Okay, right, of course. Look, a door! Yeah, and it's open too. I thought those little markings were weird, but I didn't realize it was a door. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other? This is pretty intricate. Seems like a simple puzzle at first, but you would still have to have the key after all that. Paula, let's go check out the two statues! Yes, please. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other, just like on the screen. God, you guys must be pretty freaking strong. That sounded really heavy. Dang. God, you wouldn't want to have your hand near that when you rotate the statue's back. It would like snap shut and you'd lose a hand. Look! A lock appeared. Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. What, are we going to find a costume in here, maybe? There better be something in here. It worked! Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? This is probably super illegal what we're doing. They probably really would prefer that you not go snooping around here. Oh, please don't be anything scary in here. The costume's gonna be like suspended from the ceiling, isn't it? It's gonna be like right there in front of your face. Swing down in front of you like that scene in Outlast.
Hello?
These doors need some serious oil. Ah! That was like nails on a chalkboard! Oh, right. I forgot about those super good ears of yours. What? There's heckins this stuff is lying here. Oh, that's weirdly suspicious. How could you forget that? Look, more feathers. Somehow I don't feel that feels too easy, like we're not gonna be able to get. Wow, of course there's a big thing. Yeah! What the heck is that? Is that a Temotaro statue? But there's something odd about it. It's got a staff, for one thing. Oh, and this is where the missing staff comes from. Wowie. Here hath Temotaro been immortalized? Is that what that says? The hair dye on the ground. That's almost so damning that it's so damning that I feel like we're probably not going to be able to use it. I mean, usually in Ace Attorney games, they'll just kind of take your word. We'll be like, we found this at the scene, and that's proof enough for them. So if we can say that we found it at the scene, and then Florent LaBelle will be like, what I first see happening here is we're going to be like, we found one of these things at the scene. And he's going to be like, well, everyone uses those. They're super popular, and it's going to be like, no, you said they're not available to the public. But that seems almost too easy. So I wonder how he would be foolish enough to leave it there. I mean, maybe he was just careless. Yeah. All I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What happened to this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look. What? What is it? Over there on the left. There's a bunch of staves on that rack. They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Temotaro carrying? Yeah, I bet our Temotaro impersonator really did come in here at some point. Yeah, there's one missing off the rack and all. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Yes, let's. Next time on Not Apologist, it's Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Spooktasticular music. Spooktasticular music? That doesn't sound right. So obviously the most interesting things here to me, there are 4 things that jump out to me immediately. Well, 6 really. There's a staff missing. The statue is depicted as carrying a staff. There's a scroll on a table here. There's the discarded die. There are a bunch of feathers, and then there's this little "Here hath Temotaro been imprisoned" monument thing. All of which I'm sure we'll know the meaning of next time on Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, when we'll also be trying to get to the bottom of Jinxie's whole deal. So I guess we'll be visiting her at the detention center. Poor girl. She surely has enough on her plate with high school and being possessed all the time. I love that all the save decals, they look like it's sort of like the stitching of like a wallet or something. Ace Attorney has such good waifu and husbando material. Can we just throw that out there right now? Feels topical at the moment. Given how much we've been palling around with Athena lately and how awesome that's been. Yeah, this is totally creepy. Oh man, this like howling wind background ambience reminds me of the cave sequence in Metal Gear Solid 3. Next video to go on the channel is, well, tomorrow, I believe, is Christmas Day, which is good fun. And as of this time of recording, I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for that 100%. I'm thinking I'm gonna be playing some Christmas horror games, but as I've mentioned once or twice, I haven't found any. I haven't gone looking for any yet, so I'll have to do that sooner rather than later if I want to get that video out. But that'll be good fun, so come on back for that if that sounds like something you're interested in tomorrow. And next time here, we'll be carrying on with this spooky investigation. But it seems like once we do this and then head back to the detention center, that'll probably be all we need, because this is really coming to a head with all this. With this here, anyway. It is probably for the better that Trucy poofified all of our stuff, because we would have had like 4 or 5 pages of evidence by now otherwise. That's all for now, though, so thank you so very much for coming around to this episode of Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Oh, I'm liking the way this is going. I feel like I have a good feeling about this next trial segment. Somehow it feels like the logic is about to become very straightforward. They've given us a lot of very, very, very promising leads. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! 150 mana for a tech? What was that? Mana experience. Oh wow, Peter Pan just is kind of genuinely flying around, isn't he? Wow, that's cool. Avast ye, scurvy, heartless ye ne'er-do-well. I will cross blades with you if I can get up this damn ladder. On guard.